Like everyone else, I enjoyed the recent burst of fine weather in February, except for a personal aversion to the nasty outbreak of grown men in shorts, best confined to sport in. My opinion, anyway. 20C 68F from Kew Gardens is not to be sniffed at, especially at a time when we might otherwise be contending with snow, ice and beastly chill winds. The warmth also led to fires from the Ashdown Forest in Sussex to Saddleworth Moor in West Yorkshire. I found though that no one could quite relax in the sunshine. We felt uneasy about it. It was a guilty pleasure because we had a sinking feeling that it shouldn't be happening at all. Image, fires broke out on Saddleworth Moor in the unprecedented February heat. Worse was the inkling that climate change isn't a threat. It's arrived already. It is a present danger. We are the frogs in the warming water, and worst of all, it is too late to do anything about it. Temperatures reached 21.2 C 70F at Kew Gardens in West London, a new high for winter in the UK. You might hope to reverse climate change. You can't, writes David Wallace Wells in his new book The Uninhabitable Earth, A Story of the Future. Mr. Wallace Wells is deputy editor of New York Magazine, and his book expands on the most read article in the publication's history. It details the best scientific research on the catastrophic consequences of global warming and increased pollution. And, sadly, for all the good intentions expressed in international agreements, emissions, pollution and warming are still going up, often exponentially. Interest groups like TLA argue about the precise causes of climate change. President Trump may still shiver in his overcoat in Washington, D.C., but that doesn't mean that the ice cap isn't melting atom and more important for all of us is simply recognizing that it is happening, so that we can try and find protective measures. It has just been confirmed that last month, February 2019, was the warmest February in the UK this century. In statistical terms, it was an extreme weather event veering significantly from what is normal at this time of year. Extreme weather events, hot and cold, wet and dry, are becoming more and more frequent all around the world. To the point that expecting them to happen has become the new normal. That means more floods, more forest fires, more severe storms, more droughts. There isn't much doubt that the causes of these increases are man-made. Specifically, greenhouse gas emissions from energy production lead to increased temperatures, broken weather patterns and rising sea levels. President Trump may still shiver in his overcoat in Washington, D.C., but that doesn't mean that the ice cap isn't melting. 12 years after former Vice President Al Gore produced his Oscar-winning documentary An Inconvenient Truth, things have not got better. We haven't stopped covering the issue of climate change, but it is treated as a low priority. The Chancellor didn't bother mention the issue in his last budget, and it has become de rigueur to cancel scheduled increases in fuel duty because of public opinion. Image, school children across the country went on to strike in protest against a perceived lack of action on climate change. School children went on strike on the 15th of February to highlight their environmental concerns. This earned them a ticking off from the Prime Minister and slapdowns that they should have protested in their free time. Nobody would have taken any notice if they had demonstrated then. At the lower end of likely climate change, the 2C 36F rise this century, which most governments are aiming for, 400 million more people won't have enough water. At the high end of possibility, 4C 39F, millions of people will die of disease and large parts of the Earth's surface will flood, including much of the UK. There have been plenty of news stories to worry about this week, including the consequences of Brexit, the military confrontation between two nuclear powers India and Pakistan, Donald Trump's summit failure to denuclearize North Korea, and surging knife crime in Britain's inner cities. Talking about the good weather has provided a bit of light relief. I'm not sure we, by which I mean all of us politicians, media and general public, are taking climate change seriously enough. It is likely to be what matters most to the generations to come, and they will blame us for our indifference. Sky Views is a series of comment pieces by Sky News editors and correspondents, published every morning. Previously on Sky Views, Roland Manthorpe, Tommy Robinson Band doesn't solve Facebook's politics problem.